This is the May 2023 Course of Fire, the first Course of Fire for the 2023-2024 NRL 22 season.
3, 2, 1, time.
Hey shooters, my name is Joe Lowley with Precision Match Timer. We are about to start the new season of NRL 22. Last season was my first to do Course of Fire analyses like these. I actually started in August, so it's been a little less than a year. And I am honored that so many of you have subscribed. It's also great when I get to meet a lot of you at matches, and I always appreciate when you come up and we have a little conversation. So thank you for everything that you all do. So for this current season, I was able to win the April match at 17 South. That also allowed me to win the overall season at 17 South, which was a total combined score for the year. I want to thank Johnny Sprinkle and his wife Shelly for running the matches. I may have prodded him into it a little bit, but he really took off running with it. There are also a bunch of shooters at that match who help him with setup on Fridays, and I wish I lived a little closer so I could help too, but I really want to thank you for everything you all do. It is still unknown if I'll be going to Nationals or not. It is in North Carolina. The match director is a good friend of mine and two-time NRL 22 national champion, Chris Simmons. So if you get a chance to go to the Nationals, I wish you the best of luck. With that said, it's time to look at this month's Course of Fire. Stage 1, back and forth. On the start, go into the prone position. Engage a KYL rack and then a far target twice, and then back to the KYL rack. The KYL rack is at 35 yards and that far target is 100 yards. It's a hit or miss move on. It's a prone stage, so not hard, except for those quarter-inch swingers, which are difficult no matter what, and very difficult in the any kind of wind. So let's go outside and take a look. All right, well, we are gonna go through this stage of fire now. We're starting off with the prone stage, which is nice and easy, except that we're shooting a KYL rack, so that's always hard. But we got a nice day. It rained a lot this morning. Sun's out. It's going to be in and out of the clouds. Birds are out. You can hear them, and hopefully we can get this done fairly well. And let's start with the prone stage, KYL rack, 2 shots at the far target, and then the KYL again. And I think I am going to be able to hold over a 2.0 holdover, but I got time to dial and maybe do parallax if I want to. But so let's go ahead and get this started. Shooter ready, engage. Alright, fairly easy stage. I've got lots and lots of time left, which is good because I don't have targets that are moving. And sometimes they shake a little bit more. I definitely take more time in a match because they do shake. Even when you're shooting them sequentially, if you hit the first one, sometimes the second one's still shaking a little bit. And also I took some time on the far target because those will sometimes shake as well. This is sun right in the face for some of it, which is good because that's how we shoot at 17 South. We start off facing right into the sun. So good, fairly easy, simple stage, good prone. Stage 2, chutes and ladders. On the start, go to the lowest rung of the ladder and you're going to shoot one shot at each target, near and far. Then you go up a rung. Same thing, near, then far. You're going to repeat that for 5 positions. For me, I'll probably be able to go all 5 rungs. If you can't reach the top rung, then you go back down a rung. The targets are at 50 and 75 yards, and they're both about 1 mil in size. My dope is 0 and 0.8. So I could easily hold over, but I also might have time to dial. So let's go see what we can do. All right, we're doing the ladder stage. 2 shots. I am going to hold over for the second shot. I think it's an easier way to do it with that many movements. I should be able to shoot all the rungs. As always with the ladder, I like to use my flat bag, and I usually go all the way down prone and just use my hand for the back on this the bottom one. I don't think I'll need a bag, and if I'm wrong, then I'll redo it with the bag and see how it does. But this one doesn't have a lot of other strategies except to probably hold over in order to get enough time and get some stability. Use your knee when you're on those secondary second, third steps if you can. This is the hardest one for me, is the second one. First one's kind of prone, second one's a little low. Third one's good because the knee. Fourth one's a high kneel, and then the fifth one is a standing, and it's pretty good. So let's run through it now and see how we do. All right, shooter ready, engage. I don't know about that last one. So much steadier with your knee. Plenty of time. 25 seconds left.
20 seconds.
It's that is definitely the hardest position, is the second one. When I get up here, I get my knee. Up on those, I can get a wider base. Down here, I'm just not very good at getting my hips wide. I think that would help a lot. It's still bouncy, so that's the toughest one. Sometimes I can get a knee on it. Depends on how low or high the target is. That's better. So that's the hardest one for me, is that second one, and otherwise, not too bad. Stage 3, ready, set, shoot. On the start, go to a tip of the tank trap. You're going to shoot one shot at each of 3 targets near to far. Move to another tip and repeat. Another tip and repeat. And then the center of the trap and repeat. No dialing in this stage. So this is holdovers only. The targets are at 40, 60, and 90 yards. So my dope is 0.2 down, 0.3 up, and 1.3 up. So in this case, I would dial down 0.2 and hold over at 0.5 and 1.5. Not too bad a holdover, so I'm pretty happy with those. Also, it's a time stage. I would not rush this one too much though. You might forget your holdovers. We had a time stage on the tank trap this past month, and I did very well on it. I believe I cleaned it. And it was not too difficult to shoot off of. It's very steady on the tank trap, but the holdovers may throw you a little bit, so be careful. All right, tank trap stage. This one is all 3 tips, and then the center. Center has to be last. 3 targets, no dialing. So my holds are, I have a 0, a 0.5, and a 1.5. I may or may not dial some parallax. I probably am going to at least pretend to dial some parallax just to put it in there to make sure I have enough time. It is a 12-shot stage, but I think this is a good one. So let's get it all set up and ready to run. Ready? Engage. Alright. "39 seconds left. That should be decent. I could go faster. It all depends on whether I need to dial parallax at all. This is a time stage, so you do want to move, but you don't want to miss targets. So another good tank trap stage. I like this one. Stage 4, going the distance. On the start, take a position on one of the barricades. You're going to shoot targets near to far, large to small, with 1 shot each. Then you're going to choose another barricade prop and repeat. So your choices are a cinder block, 5-gallon bucket, the chair, 3-gallon bucket, and the barrel. I like this stage for its choices it gives you. Different people shoot off different props, better than others. Off the top of my head, I will probably shoot the barrel and the cinder block. The cinder block is basically prone. The barrel is very steady for me. And the 3-gallon bucket is another almost prone and could be another good option. The targets are at 45, 68, and 100 yards. Fairly good sized targets as well. Should be a good stage. All right, this is the barricade stage. As I mentioned before, there's no doubt in my mind I'm going with the barrel and I'm going with the block. Block is as low as you can get, close to prone. And the barrel is always very, very steady for me. So that's what I'm going to run with. And otherwise, maybe the small bucket would be good. I don't like the bigger bucket. Don't really like the chair having to shoot through it. Definitely not off the top. So this is what I'm gonna go with. And I'm back to my Area 419 plate and medium bag. And I'm also gonna take my rear bag, which is a full size game changer with the Get Light fill. And this has been a great rear bag. And so I'm gonna shoot with it. And I think I can use it to get some kind of rear support here as opposed to the big bag. So let's try that and see what we get. So you ready? Engage. Oh, just a little less. There we go. 26 seconds left. Again, probably should have done a little bit more parallax work.
20 seconds.
I probably would have done it in between. Would have been best. And I've been all right to not run parallax. But I might have needed just a little bit. So, but I had time to get to it. That was very, very stable, especially once I used the Matrix Pro with the extendable buttstock. I was just short with that, and I popped this down, and I was able to hit the bag, and it steadied it right up. I don't use this enough, and I wish I did, because it is a great, great feature of the Matrix Pro. So, good. Let's get to the last one. Stage 5, Seesaw the Sawhorse. On the start, you shoot one shot, large to small, at 82 yards off the Sawhorse. Going to start prone on the left side, then the top of the Sawhorse, then prone on the right side, then the top of the Sawhorse, then prone on the left side. The Sawhorse can be tricky because of how narrow it is. Your balance is the key to this stage. All right, last stage is the Sawhorse stage, and I'm actually reshooting this because I did it wrong the first time. And I was using the shelf as the prone position and didn't read it right, instead of being a actual prone next to it. So I'm gonna do this again, and you know, just to run over things again, it's all about balance. And in this case now I am balancing with a bipod on the front. So I got a little more extra weight on the front, but it's still sitting very well, just like that. So these narrow things like sawhorses and cattle gates, they can be very tippy, because your rifle wants to rotate on them very easily. The bigger ones, the flatter ones, it won't do that as much. So this one is always a little bit harder for me. I am going to use a rear bag. My big bag is a rear bag, and then we will try to get a little steadier up on the top of the Sawhorse. I'm not worried about the 3 prones. They won't be as bad. I'll still use a rear bag, but they won't be as bad. So let's take a look and see what we can do. All right, just go over my bags. I do have an area 4 and 9 plate with the medium bag on it. I'm going to use the Armageddon Gear big ass bag as a rear bag for the Sawhorse part, and my regular prone rear bag for any of the prone stuff. So it is a few bags on this one, but that's just because we got more than one shooting position. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Shooter ready? Engage. All right. Ooh. That was a little tougher than I thought. Moving the rifle from here to there with that extra weight is something I gotta keep an eye on. Taking a little bit more time up here, which I'm okay with. I'd rather take less time in prone and more time on the Sawhorse. All right, shooters, that's it for this month. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Good luck on your match. Good luck on the season. And I hope to run into you at a match real soon.